Okay, so it has been requested that I give some explanation on the civic learning or the civic project, which is a service learning project. Um, and if you hear noises in the background, I apologize. I've got two sick kids and myself here at home, so I'm doing the best I can here. Um, anyway, so if you read through the information on Edmodo, it says that you're going to develop a civic learning project that can be used in an early childhood classroom. Essentially, service learning is one way that you can incorporate civics into your classroom. It helps your students, as this says, become better learners, classmates, and citizens. And it also reinforces with students how important it is to give back to your community, to be a part of the community, and to really make your community a better place. And it's really important that we start this at the younger grades. Just like with everything else, we've talked about science literacy, reading, math skills, all of these things are so crucial at the early childhood level that we start start teaching them these skills and content early. So any good service learning project is going to have 5 core components. The first one is investigation. So the students investigate. It's very similar to the engineering design process. They investigate what they are being tasked with. They then plan and prepare, so they come up with some sort of plan, and this at the younger grades has to be very teacher directed. Then they need to take action. They spend time reflecting on what they've learned, and then always with some sort of service learning project, there needs to be some sort of showing your results and then celebrating that. It's very much in campaigns or any other type of situation like this, there's always a celebration. Even if, for instance, a politician loses, there's always still a celebration that you want to make sure you reward the good work that was done during the process and learn from what you did, no matter what the outcome be. So the other thing is that you'll actually choose a meaningful problem for your service learning project. So and this is how you're going to be graded on this. So last semester I had students come up with a recycling program in their classroom, and they were going to try it out in their classroom and then extend it throughout the school. I also had students learn about their community resources, and so they had organized for the class was going to organize that the police come in and the fire department come in, and maybe the mayor could come in, different folks could come to the school, and they would have, be teaching the rest of their students all about their community. And this was for a kindergarten class. I thought that was really nice as well. One student last semester came up with a school supply store. Really, it was like a donation bin, but it was for kids that couldn't afford to buy all the school supplies they needed. So they were going to have like a store that the kids could come to and obviously just pick out their school supplies for free. So that was a really nice thing as well. There's been book drives for kids that didn't have books to read at home. I've seen lots of different ways or different service learning project ideas. There are also a ton of ideas on the internet, and I would just Google actually elementary service learning projects. Elementary classroom service learning projects. I've even seen some online where they grow a garden and then they teach the school. They start with the classroom again and then they try to expand it to teach the school about the importance of eating your vegetables. I thought that was kind of cool. So anyway, I've given you several things to look at here. This guide is really long. If you read the introduction to this guide, it'll give you an overview of what service learning is. This provides a lesson plan that leads you through kind of a service learning project or a civic service project. It is designed for fifth or sixth grade, I don't remember now. But really, it could be that could totally be adapted to younger grades. The kids would need more help with some of the project parts and pieces, but it could be adapted for any grade level. But just to give you an idea of what goes into a service learning project. And then this is a really good resource here, the third thing, the toolkit. The toolkit's really what I want you to follow. Oh, I don't want to download. I'm sorry. I want to preview. Okay, there we go. This is what you really should follow as you're setting this up, because this explains those 5 core components of the service learning project. and they're listed here. So again, this introduces you to what a service learning project is. But this will give you everything you need to actually come up with your plan. It's very thorough. So you just really need to come up with an idea and then go through this process. Now, I'm not saying you have to read this entire document. I'm not sure how many pages it is. You don't have to read every single word in here, but this will help you out if you're getting stuck with anything. And here's chapter 1. It goes through all of that. Getting started. This is really good to look over, to come up with something. And it gives you some ideas. There's lots of ideas in here that you could come up with. So it talks about assessing, planning, and preparation. I mean, all of this is in here. And so really the only thing I'm going to grade you on is what you see right here. That you chose a meaningful problem, you linked your project to state standards for citizenship and social emotional learning goals, you developed an appropriate assessment plan, you planned and implemented a high quality service learning activity, and I mentioned some of the ones that my students did last year, you designed reflection activities, and you organized some sort of demonstration or celebration at the end of the event. So as long as you have each of these things, and these can be narratives, you can just write this in paragraph format or in bullet format, list format. It doesn't have to be a formal lesson plan at all. It really, I've seen a really good one done in 1 page, but they were very thorough in the information they covered in that. Usually this is probably going to take 2 or 3 pages to really fully describe what you're doing. It just depends, but don't skimp on any of these areas here. Make sure that you cover all of this information. So if you have any other questions, let me know. Apologize that I couldn't be in class, but I've got a fever and I can't really be around people. So anyway, I'll talk to you all soon.